Ladies and gentlemen, we now put the spotlight on partnerships for success. And I'd like to invite the Vice President, Head of Merchant Sales and Solutions, India and South Asia Visa, Mr. Shailesh Paul, to throw some light on this matter. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Shailesh Paul.
We're delighted to be back at the India Omnicommerce Forum this year. We were here last year, and it's an absolute delight to see how this forum has grown. You might wonder why a payments company such as Visa is at a retail forum. Well, the answer to that is that's because we want to enable more partnerships. So I wanted to take a few minutes just to give you a little bit of a flavor of what the opportunities are to partner between the retail industry and the payments industry. But first, a note from our lawyers. What the fine print says over there is that the content on these slides is Visa confidential, and please don't, if you use any of the content that we have on the slides, while you do so, you should have your own due diligence around it. With that said, I just wanted to explain how we see Visa's role in enabling commerce. We have 4 different ways of looking at it, but everything boils down to 2 main growth areas. One is, can we help you grow the business? And 2, can we help you enable a better customer experience? Let's look at those boxes. That's our first engagement with industry, is to find ways to answer your question of how do you grow sales and how do you get those customers to become more loyal to you. I'll show you a little bit of an example in a few minutes around some of the Indian examples of what that is. Using Visa's platform, using Visa's data, using the tremendous reach that we have through the issuing banks, it's possible to reach customers and target customers with offers, with propositions that they can in fact use, so you can start selling to these customers. And using the platform of card-based payments, you can actually create more loyalty with them. More of that in a minute. The other critical role that we see ourselves playing is that of enabling better customer experiences. Now that could be in the store, in the physical environment, or it could be online, and increasingly it could be in the merging of the online and the face-to-face environment of omnicommerce as we see it. The third major area that we see ourselves playing is to become the platform for innovation. We do that by unbundling the network and unbundling our products and services. So you can access about 150 APIs using the Visa Developer Center, where you could pick up specific capabilities which might make sense for your app environment. We do that through collaborative workshops that we might run with some of the partners, including those in this room, where we could solve a specific problem. So there's a number of ways that we want to create a platform for innovation. And lastly, we have to do it in a way that it's secure for customers. At no point should ever customer data get lost or the safety and security of your environment get compromised. So let's look at a couple of specific examples. I don't want to spend too much time on this, and then we'd love to talk to you about next steps. A great way to acquire more customers and to create more loyalty is through what's called co-branding, and some people have in this room have experience with that. What co-branding does is it brings together a retail brand and their loyalty program with a financial services provider, and now you've suddenly got your billboard in the customer's wallet. Now, a bunch of co-brands have been launched, and this is just in the last 1 year. Amazon launched a co-brand with ICICI Bank. Ola, the cab service provider, launched a co-brand with SBI. Paytm launched a co-brand with Citibank, and Etihad also launched a co-brand with SBI cards. The common theme across all of these co-brands is that they enhance the loyalty of each of these brands and keep getting these customers back to these brands and keep rewarding them back on these brands. So for example, if you take an Amazon card, you get cash back on Amazon spends, but you get cash back everywhere else, which then the customer can come back and use on Amazon. Now, co-branding in India is still relatively new. In markets like the US, about a third of all card spend is on co-brands. In India, it's much smaller. So the thought I wanted to leave with you is that there's a lot of room for growth, and there's a lot of opportunity to create co-branded propositions that would work for your specific industry in retail, in service, and then explore that with a set of financial partners, and we will, of course, help you with that process. Another area I wanted to touch upon was that of customer experience. One of the big issues, especially if you're a food retailer, or if you're a QSR owner, if you're a pharmacy retailer, is getting customers through the door. You might get them in, but then getting them out of the till is often a challenge. And today that is often a broken experience. Either if you're spending a lot of time counting and stocking cash, and then you have the problems of security of that cash, or it could be around just the way cards are being accepted, there's pins, etc. So what we've done, and this is now actually fairly mainstream in India, is introduce contactless cards. Many of you hopefully are using them. A contactless transaction is faster than cash. Of course, it's much faster than a card with PIN. If you can finish a transaction in 6 to 8 seconds, that just means that your cashiers are able to get customers out faster, and those customers have a much better customer experience. We've done research, and we found that as far as merchants are concerned, they have the benefit of faster speed of service, better experience, and there's a saving when it comes to getting cash. So all of those good reasons are there. Now, you might ask, is this real and is it here in India? Yes, it is. So in India, about 1.8 million POS devices are now enabled for contactless acceptance. That's here and now. About 30 million cards across the industry are enabled for contactless, and we estimate more than 70 million phones are capable of contactless. So the long forward on this is cards, of course, will continue to evolve and grow, but as more and more handsets become NFC capable, and we all know that even Reliance has announced that they have an NFC handset, customers will use handsets and wearables in the near future to just tap and pay, and then that's an easy way for you to check out. So the way we see the evolution is that today, worldwide, Visa has about 3 billion cards that carry the Visa brand. And of course, there's other brands as well. About 46 million merchants accept Visa today. Now, it's here and now. In India, those numbers are smaller, but in India, as many of you might know, there's about more than 4 million POS devices, about 5 million card acceptance points in India. Now, that we think will grow. And how will you actually enable omni-commerce? It's by making everything a payment device. So look forward. What you'll see is that now there's various estimates between 20 and 40 billion connected devices in the world. We've just taken a midpoint. We think that most of those devices are capable of becoming a payments device. That means that's your phone that's enabled with NFC or QR. These technologies are available in today. There's a regulatory framework that allows for it. But it could be wearables, it could be fridges, it could be cars. Each of these will become capable of carrying payment credentials, and as a customer that you could do that. We also estimate that between 10 to 20% of those payment devices could become acceptance devices, which means that you as a small merchant, when you have a mobile phone that's NFC enabled, can that become an acceptance device? Absolutely, it can. So we're working on technologies that will actually make it secure to use a phone to accept a payment from another customer's phone, and that should happen in the same timing that we talked about for NFC. So that's the way forward for us. The way for us to enable omni-commerce is to make everything a payment device and to truly make payments available everywhere. Our focus as we go down this path is to quickly work towards modernizing what is today often seen as a legacy payment system. Making everything a payments device, making your point of sale the payments device by itself, making sure that if you have a department store, your sales executives are walking around with a tablet that might have your POS system but could also be a payments device. And then making sure that all of that can be bundled and customized in a way that makes sense for your industry. So that's what I wanted to leave you with, just as a thought starter for this morning. Partnerships are the lifeblood of commerce. We see the payments industry as providing that crucial link from creating commerce out of intent. And for us to be able to do that successfully, the only way to do it is to make commerce available everywhere. So we'd love to talk. Thank you so much for listening. And a couple of our Visa colleagues are over here. Please look for anyone, and we'd love to talk to you in the breaks. Thank you very much.